Hey guys, Forsaken Reality here. In this video we'll be fixing up some bugs for Survival Game Kit V2 and Tactical Shooter Kit V1 integration. In this video we'll be going over fixing the reloading, grenades, so you're able to throw those. We're going to set up the control rig so you can use IK. And we're going to set up the camera shake for per shot recoil to make it a little better when you're shooting. So without further ado, we'll get into fixing those and setting all that up. So the first thing we're going to do is fix the reloading and grenades. They both get fixed all at the same time because it's in the same area. So you go to Survival Game Kit, Animations, Notifies, and in each of these animation notifies for 1 second. BP attach, weapon attachment, chamber weapon ammo, destroy attachment, remove attachment, spawn holdable, spawn weapon attachment, and BP throw release. So in all of these ones I have them removed. I have it removed from most of them, but it's all in the same area and all the same thing, and that will be this right here specifically. Will be a branch checking for a mesh component. Component has tag first person arms. You want to remove this from all of those notifies that I mentioned. Just reconnect them, and then your reloading and your grenades will work perfectly. So basically they all look like this. They're removed. You want to make sure you get all of those. And there isn't one in here. And now just doing a quick test. Now reload our gun. So our shoot shake is off, so to fix that, we want to come into our pixel, shooter template, blueprints, items, held items, and get our master range weapon. And in here we want to go to our shoot bullet, which will be right here in this function. And we are looking for the shoot shake that I removed. So 1 second. Alright, so now that that's back in our master range weapon for tactical shooter, we can just copy this in our shoot bullet, shoot weapon shake, and go to our master range weapon, and in here I'll just go to there so you know exactly how to get there. On the event graph, go down to the shooting graph, and then we're going to go down to server fire weapon, right over here where the set recoil is done. Connect that, and we need to get the proper weapon data, so weapon data, and then we have TSK at the end. Connect that, and you're going to reconnect that down here as well. Now we play, load, quickly reload this. For a shoot shake. And you can organize that however you want. Just take too much extra time just to sit there organizing everything little by little. Now the next thing we will look at is setting up our control rig for foot IK. So the way we're going to do that is we're going to want our survival game kit animation blueprint, which is this one right here. And we're going to want our ladder climbing. Come into here. And we're going to copy this and this right here. Go to our anim graph for our ABP third person anim. Paste that. And connect this here right after the blend. And is in there, we want scroll down, and we're looking for is jumping. Let's replace those, just drag it over and it'll replace it. And that is it partially done, but we also need to set it up so that we can also use it for work climbing and vaulting. Also, if you don't have the ladder climbing in this, you can open up the control rig, come in here, and just connect this like that. And you can just use the control rig that comes in there. It'll be basic, I know. And there should be one in here for the system. Just the default one, basically. Or you could just come in here and just remove that. But for this scenario, we will need this. And now we will set up the climbing component stuff. So we need to come to climbing component, animations, the demo, character, mannequins, animations, ABP Mani. And then we'll go to our anim graph first. And into our control rig, copy this. I guess we didn't need to copy that. We'll need to climbing, create the value right there. Control V. Paste that in. And then if false, I believe. So we're not climbing, it will do that stuff. And we'll also want this value to be exposed on or instance editable. And now we go back to our anim blueprint third person, select our control rig, and then use this pin. And if you're not using the climbing component either, you don't need to use this one. And you can also use either or. I did show you, you just need to remove the boolean like I showed you earlier if you're not using this one, and just add this one. Or you can just grab the default control rig that doesn't have either of these and just plug in the jumping. And then we want to go to our event graph because we don't have a climbing variable yet. So we want to come in here and character ref. You also just copy those down there, get component by class, and just change this for climbing component. Promote that to a variable. Call that climbing component. Right. Oh, apparently I already got it here. I'm just going to delete the variable and create it as if I was newly doing this. So you come out here, drag this, promote it to a variable. Climbing component ref. And we'll also get climbing component ref and convert to a valid get. So it only sets it once, so if it's not set, or not valid, it will set it. And then since this is happening on tick, it will happen really fast. So it will come through, set it, and then come through again, and forever on beyond then it will just be set. So there's that connected climbing component, and from here climbing, multivariable. And I believe that's how it's climbing it. Okay. And you actually want this here, so you don't want it just to check it once. You want to check it every single time, check to see if you're climbing or not. There, now we have this right here. This comes through as valid, setting the climbing from the climbing component. If it's not valid, it's setting the climbing component. And now that that's done, we can now go back to our anim graph. Pull them down here. And that new boolean we created. Connect here like that. And these two are only needed if you have the ladder climbing and climbing component. Otherwise, you just use the default control rig without these extras in there. So there's a couple booleans, simple, added to prevent climbing when, like, you could just remove this and plug it in, remove this, remove that, and plug them in like so, if you're not using the component. You're good to go there. And that is the control rig setup, I believe. I'm just going to double check, test everything is working fine. And yeah, there we have foot IK. A weapon just to make weapon equipped. Perfect. And also just to showcase the grenades, or just to show that everything is working now. We have a reloading. You can grenades, throw grenades, and preparing shaders, but the grenade exploded. And visually show because preparing shaders. Yeah, that's everything. So if you have any questions or suggestions, feel free to leave those in the comments below or join the Discord. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks and have a good one.